What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the 248 podcast. Welcome to a very special episode because we just hit 200 subscribers on this channel, and I want to thank you so much for that. It means the world to me, and so we're going to celebrate with a special podcast. This is episode 6 in the ongoing series, and yeah, I'm doing this one solo, so I don't know how long we'll go on for, so hopefully we'll make something decent out of it. Don't have much to talk about, but yeah, just want to thank you guys real quick for 200 subscribers. It means the world to me. Feels good to have the channel blow up, like kind of like all the views and subscribers we've got the last 2 years. The way my channel was flourished to an extent, I can't thank you guys enough for it. And we're only gonna go up from here. And yeah, so leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys are up to this weekend. What's going on? We got any exciting plans? So I guess I might as well talk a little bit about what I did this week. So earlier in the week, I went to go see Send Request with Matt, and he's not joining me for this podcast, by the way. So Send Request is a great pop-punk band out of Nanticoke, PA, only about a half hour away from here where we are in Scranton. So they're basically hometown heroes. So they know the 570, they know this area well. And yeah, they put on an incredible show. I got to see them on Warped Tour last year, 2017, so this is my second time seeing them. And I got to meet the lead singer Andrew, take pictures, even hardstyle with them, and they put on a killer show, sang the Drake and Josh theme song. It was really fucking lit, so that was awesome. It was a night I won't forget for a while. One of the best concerts I've ever been to. And yeah, go check them out. Send Request, future of pop punk right there. Fucking incredible band. Go check them out. They are fucking killer. So there's that. Other than that, just living life, taking life one day at a time. That's all you can do, right? Watch a little bit of basketball. My Lakers are doing okay. We're getting a few wins here and there, but we just got our asses beat by the Spurs last night by double digits. Warriors are imploding, kind of. I know they're just getting over the hump with all the drama with Katie and Draymond, but it's cool seeing them implode like this. It's like they're like middle of the pack for the Western Conference playoff teams, and it's kind of nice, to be honest with you, because they've been so dominant, and they'll probably win the championship again this year anyway. So why am I even saying anything? But yeah, not too bad. It's good to see them, kind of relegate themselves and like get a taste of reality, cold splash of reality, because they won like 3 of the last 4 championships. So watching a lot of basketball, playing a lot of video games. I went to Family Dollar the other day, and I found they had a little stack of video games. They had tons of deals. They had like NBA 2K17 for like $5 on Xbox One. I might get that just to have it because that's a good price, and I can just come here to Matt's house and play it on his Xbox One. So I had it on Xbox 360 a couple years ago, just because why not? And then I traded it into GameStop because they gave me like $20 for it, which wasn't a bad trade deal at the time. But yeah, see, they had like Titanfall 2, shit like that. They had some PS2 games, some Nintendo DS games, and I found Jet Li Rise to Honor, I think the name of the game is, for $5. So that was a bit of a steal. And it had like the sticker on it saying, "Oh, this game is pre-owned, this and that." And I took, and it was wrapped in like, it's definitely been, I think, open before. Maybe not the case itself, but it's been like repackaged, because it definitely wasn't like regular cellophane wrapping. Like, it was Family Dollar's like their own like wrapping paper. It was super tight on the thing though, but it was like their own shit. So it said it was pre-owned, but I popped open the case and it smells brand new. There's not a single fingerprint or scratch or anything on the case, like on the actual case itself. The disc is flawless. There's no scratches or fingerprints whatsoever. So it's kind of weird they like sell shit that's pre-owned at a good price, but it's actually a new game basically. So it's pretty fun too. Didn't get a chance to play too much of it, but it's not too bad. So yeah, Family Dollar sells video games and CDs and stuff for really good prices. So sometimes when GameStop and Walmart doesn't do it for me, that's where I go to get my entertainment fix. Yeah. So I was thinking about playing Mad Libs by myself with just you guys. I don't know. Would that be a good idea? Maybe in a couple minutes or a couple seconds, I'll decide what excuse me, what I want to do. But yeah, what do you guys want to talk about? Like, leave a comment below telling me like ideas for topics for future installments of this podcast because for a couple of reasons. One is because I'm an idiot and I don't know what to talk about because we haven't done many of these podcasts since I started the series on the channel, and already the well's dry with like what do I talk about? um, well, there's that, but also I value you guys' input and it would make me a better YouTuber to like actually be receptive to what you guys would like because those of you that even watch this, subscribe, and I love you to death. I can't thank you enough for that, and I kind of want to give back in a way because it's like if someone comments that they want to see me talk about a certain thing, well then I can talk about that because it gives me something to talk about and it caters to them and gives them a reason to watch another one of my videos. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys would like me to talk about in future installments. Um, I was just scrolling through my phone and I saw like a Rick and Morty meme, and I was thinking, what an incredible show Rick and Morty is. It's like I'm not a huge fan of it. Like I am a fan of it, but I don't watch it all the time. I'm more just like watching reruns of South Park and Family Guy whenever they're on, and The Office and stuff like that. Two and a Half Men. It doesn't take a lot to make me laugh. I mean, memes can make me laugh. Cheesy comedy shows make me laugh. I mean, it's not hard to make me laugh, but you also kind of like have to actually be funny. Like if I go watch like Stephen Colbert and he's like talk about Trump, like yeah, it's funny, but it's also like he's like kind of stating the obvious for one, but it's also like he's not being like like oh Trump, you're the president and stuff like that. Like ooh, like big whoop. Um, it's like it's like bottom of the barrel, I guess you could say, like or surface level stuff. Like it's I don't know. I'm just more like a Two and a Half Men, South Park, and Family Guy type of guy. Never really watched American Dad. Not really. Um, Actual kid shows that I watched when I was a kid. I mean, Ed, Ed, and Eddie always made me laugh. Of course, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Me and my grandfather would always watch Courage the Cowardly Dog whenever it came on Cartoon Network. And whenever he and my grandma came over for holidays, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, or for my birthday, or whatever the occasion called for, I'd always drag him down into my basement and we'd watch Courage the Cowardly Dog because I had one episode on this old DVD. And we'd watch it and laugh our asses off, and then we'd play Cars on the PS2, and he would actually play really well and almost beat me. um, but yeah, I had one episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog on a DVD that I pulled out of a box of cereal, and I was really, really little, and I forget what cereal it was. Um, it had like an episode of Courage, Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Lab, had some like previews for like original Xbox games on it. It was like super nostalgic. It had all these games and special features on it you could play, but you had to put the disc in your computer. And I put it in the computer and it didn't work. And as the years went by, every time I got a new computer, like, oh, it's gonna work this time. And I put it in, and it never worked. So it's probably somewhere in my closet gathering dust, like totally scratched up. I'll have to look for it though, because I want to watch it again. Take a walk down memory lane. Um, when I was really little, um, my sister recorded a Scooby Doo movie on Cartoon Network when it was airing that night, and I think it was Alien Invaders. I think it was. That's one of my favorite Scooby Doo movies, and she recorded it on a VHS tape with all the commercials. So like PS2 commercials, fucking like old Burger King and McDonald's commercials, and like we had Dish Network at the time, so it had like previews for like things you could pay per view or whatever the fuck on Dish Network at the time because they offered that kind of shit. Um, like I think they still do, obviously, but it's like they had like exclusive type shit, like oh, exclusive interviews and stuff like that. Like commercials like that would be on the VHS tape, like old KFC commercials if I recall correctly. And I dug it out of my closet once when I was in high school and I watched it, and I was more entertained by the commercials than I was the movie itself because it was like nostalgic. It was a walk down memory lane, stuff like that. We take a short intermission, then we'll be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's little things like that that can just like give you that kick of nostalgia and like send you back in time. Like when I was in middle school, I was really into the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. Those were my shit. I love those books, and I used to get bullied for that, which was fucking bullshit. But yeah. I had the first five, and then I read those religiously. I remember I got the fourth book the day it came out. I pre-ordered it at Borders when Borders was a thing. It's like most people pre-order video games. I pre-ordered fucking books. um, there was that. I got the third book around the time it came out, and I went home and banged it out in 3 hours, read the whole thing, and then I was pissed off because I wanted to read it again, but then I had already knew everything that happened in the book, and I was like, well, this isn't fun. Yeah, I read the first five books religiously, saw the movies, not the newest one that came out. That movie was fucking horrible from the previews I saw. But I saw the movies, read the books religiously, and then I kind of fell off. So those books are probably gathering dust in my closet too. I wonder if I dig them out, like if it'll probably transport me back to a time when I was like in middle school, victim of bullying and stuff like that. And you can like, it gave me something to relate to because it was like the books rolling through the eyes of this kid who was like just trying to be popular. Like I remember looking back on it now, like how unlikable the main character, Greg, I think his name is, how unlikable Greg was, because like he was always like throwing people under the bus and stuff. But at the end of the day, I related to him because he's just trying to fit in with everybody else, and that's a perfectly human thing to want and totally understandable. So I always related to those books, and it got me through middle school and stuff like that. And I remember when I was in like fifth grade, our teacher read the first book to us, and I laughed my ass off. I almost pissed my pants laughing in the middle of class. So I got the book and read all the sequels, well, the first four sequels, and yeah, those are probably gathering dust in my closet, like I said. So when I go home, I'm probably gonna dig through all my old stuff and see what I can find. Like I could probably find my Video Now. Do you remember what the Video Now was? It's like that little mini video player. Like the first one I had was like this little tiny black and white screen where you could barely hear or see anything. And then they had a color version and like another one where you could like it with like a giant Game Boy or giant Game Boy Advance where you just pop it open and you watch TV shows in full color, and you also get to play games that are like tied to the show, whatever show it was. I remember it was like Yu-Gi-Oh or The Fairly Odd Parents or Danny Phantom or My Life as a Teenage Robot. Those are some of the shows that I remember watching on that thing. You get like these trivia games that you get to play that were tied into those shows, and it was really fucking cool. I don't have the color one that I have, but I think I still have the original one from way back, little tiny green one. Wonder if I still have it. I'll have to look for that too. So yeah, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys grew up with, whether it was like Video Now or TRL on MTV. Not the new TRL, the actual TRL. Um, what shows you used to watch growing up, stuff like that. Yeah, it was a good time to be alive in the early to mid 2000s. Again, PS2 stuff like that. I have a GameCube now, and I have a couple games for it, and I love it a lot. And perhaps I should have taken the time to get my hands on it or try to when I was a kid, like asked for it for Christmas or something, and enjoyed it back then. But I was perfectly happy with my PS2. That PS2 is fucking wonderful. I still play it to this day. That's one thing I'll never have to dig out of my closet, nor will I have to dig out the controller or the memory cards. I'll always have that ready to go with all the games. Brought me a lot of joy. But yeah, I have a GameCube now. I've got Tony Hawk Underground 2. That game is fucking cool. You get to create your own parks and have all these like you can connect all the rails and do sick grinds on all the like conjoined rails and make your own parks and stuff. It's so fucking cool. I know you can do that in other Tony Hawk games, but it's really fun for me to do it in Underground too. I have a Sims game, don't really play it. I have Resident Evil Zero. Star Fox Adventures, that game's pretty cool. But yeah, that doesn't get nearly as much love as my PS2 or my Wii U, or even my Xbox 360. I still play a lot of games on that. Like I still play Max Payne 3. That game is pretty sick. Like old UFC Undisputed from like 2009. That game's pretty sick. Um, or I could just come here to Matt's house, play Rocket League and Burnout Paradise, stuff like that. Some of my favorite games of all time. Or go to Mike's house, my buddy Mike. If you know him, I mentioned him on here before. We'll play Gran Turismo 3 on the PS2 because he has a PS2. And he also has a PS1 with like an old SpongeBob game. Oh, which reminds me, the creator of SpongeBob passed away a couple weeks ago. And that inspired me to break out SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom on the PS2 and play that. And I was like playing it all night for like 4 nights in a row. And I while I was playing it, I was like, damn, this game is so much fun. I remember how fun it was, and this takes me back to when I was younger, getting tied into the nostalgia thing we just talked about a minute ago. But then I thought, fuck, it took a man dying to get me to play this game. Like, how horrible is that? Like, I guess it's horrible if you look at it in that context, but it's a fun game, so. That game was super fun back in the day. Let's see, on Xbox, it's like, yeah, I can play like Max Payne 3, UFC, a couple of Tony Hawk games. I know I've Proving Ground and Project 8. Those two games are fucking fun. Um, yeah, play Burnout Paradise, Rocket League, some of my favorite games ever. Um, stuff like that. So I'm trying to think of like other really good examples, like because chances are, if there's a game that I've played, chances are you've played it too, and chances are you've played like good, like high profile mainstream games that I haven't played. Like I never played Fallout 3, to be quite honest with you. I never played it's like I obviously have played Skyrim, but I never got too much into it, truth be told. Um it's like I missed out on like the Modern Warfare 2 days. Like I have it and I played it and I liked it, but I didn't have it when it was like the main shit. And you got into those lobbies on Xbox Live. There's still videos of that. There are like videos that have come out in recent years specifically for that purpose. Like see that time when like little kids would threaten to kill your grandma or something. What an iconic time that was. It's like obviously I played those games, but I missed out on it when it was like hot. The way I said that. Yeah, that was like seventh grade, eighth grade, and I remember I was so desperate to play Call of Duty that I got Finest Hour on the PS2 from my sister, and then I got Modern Warfare on the DS for my birthday. Like this is like diet, watered down Modern Warfare, where it's like you can throw grenades into little tiny like holes, into little cardboard platforms. Like that was the whole game for like the first like 20 minutes, and I would just get so bored with it. But I was so desperate to play Call of Duty. I was like, "Yep, I'm playing Modern Warfare." I was so lame back in those days. Um, but I had a lot of fun back in those days, and I still obviously do have a lot of fun with video games, and I'll always be a gamer. That's no matter how much I grow up and grow old and change and stuff. Excuse me, I'm so sorry I had to hear that. Video games will definitely be one thing that always sticks with me. So, I mean, I cherish NBA 2Ks, like older ones, a lot more than other people do, because like I can imagine like putting tons of hours into a 2K game or a Madden game, and then the next year's game comes out and you just throw the last one to the wayside without paying any attention to whether or not the newer game, like whether or not it's an improvement from last year's game, stuff like that. So like I remember a few weeks ago, I was like breaking out like 2K11, and I was like, this game is still fucking legit. There's like some control issues that I never realized I had. Like when the ball goes in the backboard, it goes to the very tip top of the backboard and goes in, and there's like very wonky controls, but it's still a solid game. It's a lot better than some of the other sports games that come out. Like I still have some old Maddens and NHL and stuff like that, and those are pretty fun. But I haven't played them in ages. Um, I'll probably be playing some more Battle for Bikini Bottom over the weekend now that I just brought that up. It's funny how I can inspire myself in just such random, silly ways. But yeah, I think with that, I'll just sign off because I don't really know what else to say. Hope you guys enjoyed this super quick podcast. Thank you for 200 subscribers. Go check out Senderquest, fucking awesome band. Nanacoke, PA. Senderquest, pop punk band. Go check them out. They're killer. Thank you guys for listening. Smack the like button if you enjoyed this. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to get us up to 202 subscribers now. I'm at 201. How about that? Subscribe, tap the bell to become part of a notification squad. Love you guys. Take care, and see you soon.